recognize the ranking member of our General Farm Commodities and Risk Management Subcommittee, my friend from Georgia, Mr. Austin Scott, for any opening remarks he may have.
Thank you, Chairman Scott, and thank you to the witnesses that are here before us today. And before I go into my opening statements, I want to point out that I dug deep in my closet to find the closest colors I had in support of the Ukraine today. I see Chairwoman Bustos did as well. And certainly our thoughts and prayers go out to President Zelensky and the Ukrainian people who are doing a tremendous job of fighting the Russians and the arcane person who's in charge of that country, Vladimir Putin. And I think one of the things that the world is about to realize, unfortunately, is just how important the food supply is around the world. I think that over the next several weeks, we will probably see a tremendous number of human beings that will be starving because of the actions of one sick individual. As a ranking member of the General Farm Commodities and Risk Management Subcommittee, I'm particularly looking forward to taking a deep dive into the policies within Title I of the Farm Bill. I'm looking forward to working with Chairwoman Bustos and the full committee leadership for the remainder of this Congress. I'm hopeful that the work we do this year will set up for success in delivering an on-time reauthorization in 2023. Many of us are fortunate enough to represent rural districts. We get the opportunity to interact with farmers back home, yet even still the producers and the risks that they take each year are hard to fathom. It takes a special individual to be willing to borrow more money than the average American will borrow in their lifetime just to plant seed in the ground and hope to make a crop and pay it off. For them, farming isn't just an occupation, it's their heritage, their livelihood, and a way of life. Title I is meant to provide a base level of assistance when times are tough and prices fall so that farmers can survive to the next year. Yet as we look back over the past several years, I'm concerned with how much we've had to rely on assistance outside of the Farm Bill to help our farmers. Natural disasters, retaliatory tariffs, and the coronavirus pandemic are a few of the things that come to mind. These events, we weren't able to see them coming, but I hope we can have a conversation here today and going forward about what improvements we can make to the safety net to provide farmers more certainty in the face of these kinds of events. If you dig into the Census of Agriculture, there's a statistic that underscores the importance of getting these policies right. There are only 239,000 operations in this country that generate over $250,000 or more in sales. That's sales, Mr. Chairman, not income. In my district, it would probably take about 300 acres of cotton to hit that number. Those 239,000 farm operations, just 12% of those produce about 90% of all of our food supply. I want to say that again, 239,000 operations in this country, 12% of the farms generate 90% of the food supply for our country and what we export. Those are still by and large family farm operations that have had to expand to offset reducing margins. It underscores just how important a working farm safety net is. If things go south and some of those farm operations start to get out of the business of agriculture, we could see significant impacts on our food and fiber production. Today's hearing is a vital examination of where we stand today and the start of a conversation about where farm policy needs to be in the future. Mr. Chairman, before I thank you one last time for this hearing, I want to also mention the impact of bad tax policy on our family farms. Eliminating stepped-up basis and increases in the estate tax will be devastating to America's farm families and America's food supply. Mr. Chairman, thank you again. Thank you to the witnesses here today. I look forward to hearing from each of you and working with each of you in the groups, and I hope that you will all pray for President Zelensky, the Ukrainian people, and those who are out there fighting for freedom hour by hour.
Thank you, Chairman Scott.